Gerbils. What do we know about gerbils? Well, we know that they're found in Africa and Asia and are mouse-like rodents.
Yeah.
What you probably don't know about gerbils is that my cousin Tony, he used to rear them in his shed
Oh, okay.
back in the UK. And he had a shed load of gerbils. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
All in cages, of course. And he gave me some when I was an adolescent. And I reared them at home as well. Right? And when the newborns were big enough, and me being an entrepreneur that I wasn't, I used to take them. I used to take them to the pet shop to see if the pet shop wanted to buy them. Surprisingly, they said yes, and also added, if you have any more, you can bring them in too, and we'll buy them as well.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah.
So 50 pence they used to give me for each gerbil, and I just left the shop. I was pleased as punch. I sold a bag load of gerbils and had some money in my pocket. Now, on my second visit to the pet shop, I saw that they were out of gerbils. When the next group were born and they were old enough, I took them. And I noticed they didn't have any more gerbils. So I said that the first lot was sold off well.
This is going, yeah.
They said yes, that some of the customers of theirs keep snakes.
I knew it.
And they needed the gerbils to feed the snakes. Now, although I was a little bit shocked to hear that, 50p or 50p, it's 50p.
Yeah.
And I kept taking the new kids in the cage for around a year until the business dried up and my gerbils died anyway.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right. So when Aalborg Zoo in Denmark made an appeal for domestic pets to feed their predator animals, I wasn't all that shocked. In Denmark, they made an appeal.
Yeah.
If you don't want your pets anymore, send them to us. Right? The zoo said they wanted to imitate the natural food chain and provide proper nutrition for their exhibits. They said chickens, rabbits, and guinea pigs form an important part of the diet, and nothing goes to waste. Not giving it to their animals. So we ensure natural behavior, nutrition, and well-being of our predator animals, said the zoo. They also accept horses. That's not bad. Which, after giving a clean bill of health, are slaughtered and butchered by the staff of the zoo. So they do it themselves. The donor of the animal can get a cash credit as well, which means they'll slip them a few kroner, Danish kroner. Some people commented on the zoo website complaining of the promotion of a terrible trend of indifference to animals. Right? Whilst others asked if they accepted healthy but annoying children. But when you look at it, many people abandon their animals, their pets, when they get too expensive or difficult to keep. The most common being dogs and cats. But here in Brazil, in more rural areas, you can also find donkeys and horses.
Yeah.
That, if a horse becomes lame and they don't serve the purpose, they just turf them out. So I asked, which is more brutal? Tying your dog up to a tree and then leaving it, or throwing puppies into a bag and throwing them into the canal, or abandoning your cat, or or letting them die humanely and being fed to zoo animals to keep their costs down. And of course we eat meat.
Yeah, I was saying.
And so, but we don't eat live animals unless, of course, we're in China, where they tend to. But we do kill millions of animals every year to eat them. So if we like to see a lion or a leopard in a zoo, they have to eat too. The lion that was in the zoo at Recife was on a very boring diet of just chicken. and they used to feed him.
Yeah.
It's like they got the fresh chicken out of the supermarket. It was already
Yeah.
plucked, and
Yeah.
just threw a load of chicken at him.
Oh,
Um, I'm sure they would have bred. Uh, sure they would have bred. I'm sure they would have loved to eat horse or donkey. The lions,
mm.
that is,
Yeah. Well.
the closest to a zebra in the wild, right?
Mm.
Uh, of course, it'll be cut up in pieces, not just put into the lion's enclosure to be attacked and eaten alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these people in Denmark need to understand that their animals will be euthanized
Yeah.
before given to the animals, unless, of
Mm.
course, it's a small rodent type animal, in which
Well.
case the snakes and the reptiles, they love to.
Yeah. They like it. Yeah. They like
So
it
as
raw.
as yeah, as you know, I rear a couple of guinea pigs here.
Mm.
They do live free range in the apartment.
Mm.
Ceramic floors helps a lot
Yeah.
clean after them.
Yeah.
All right. And of course, I would never give them away to a local zoo for the reptiles, although it did get close once or twice.
Oh, yeah.
When they started to chewing on my shoes and things like that.
Yes. Yeah. And your computer cable. I remember one
Uh,
time. Yes.
and the internet went out once because of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like little buggers. Yeah.
The little bastards.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Well. Yeah. I mean,
Is it
this is it.
ethical? The question of this is it ethical to give your pets to the zoo so they can feed their animals?
Well, certain relatives I have back in the UK, they actually save animals like the guinea pigs and
Yeah,
rabbits and dogs and cats and things. Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, I ask them, but these people are well aware of the circle of life, as it were.
yeah,
Yeah, my sister did actually know somebody did actually know a guy who had snake eat live rabbits. Yeah, because that's what snakes like. Yeah, they need to do
yeah,
that. Yeah, this guy had a snake. It was always locked away. I went to a party at the house, and it was under the stairs in a in its container. Yeah, he didn't bring it out. As a demonstrates that could have lost a couple of guests. Um, but yeah, I mean that's what people forget. We look at animals. We eat ourselves. Yeah. I went to a zoo in Bolivia many years ago, and yeah, in Bolivia there's donkey tied up on a tree. Yeah, literally just standing there. And basically, the guy said, "Well, well, the animals have got to eat." That was
yeah,
it. Yeah. Um, when I was must be about 14, 15, in where I come from. I come from a rural area. Effectively, they had a farm. Well, they had like a training farm, a farm attached to a university, college and university. Yeah, and they'd go there and they'd show you around. So we learned about this, and yeah, the people live there. Yeah, they're quite open about they feed the animals, and that's what you forget when you're eating your beef. Something you had to. Oh no, no, when you're eating meat and things. Yeah, that's what this is. You see these bulls, and you just know they're going to be slaughtered in a few weeks' time. Um, and yeah, it. I tell you, it didn't shock. We knew because I came from a rural area. Kids from the cities and all that don't understand this, even in Brazil. Yeah. Um, and you go to a zoo. These are animals that have a very unique diet. And it's like you say, they can suffer malnutrition. I mean, it's not every day that a lot of predatory animals have to eat. If they get a good meal every once a
yeah,
week or something, that's enough for them. Yeah.
yeah.
The
A
way
lot
the
of them.
digestive systems work. So it's not as though, yeah, in goes, goes like we're probably the most carnivorous animals there are. Yeah. We like fresh meat every day, these animals they eat and the way they operate, because they could go days in the wild without actually being able to catch anything.
That's right.
Yeah. And when they do, they operate as a pride, obviously. Yeah. So they um yeah, we do forget we're meat. Now, as to I mean, I've had dogs. I've had had animals or families had animals. I couldn't imagine giving them to a zoo to do that with anymore. You could your guinea pigs because you form an attachment with them. Yeah. Um. But you're quite right. The way that people sometimes think, oh, I'll just let this dog one way, yeah, take them to a remote place they can never get home and run wild. Oh, it will soon adapt. Dogs, domesticated animals, do not adapt.
Yeah, of
Possibly
course.
cats can go revert back a little bit, not totally, but dogs can't. Yeah, I mean, dogs will probably could form another. Yeah, they could probably form another pack with other dogs, in which case they become rabid. Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen this guy on the internet on YouTube, but
Mm,
he spends his time going around to dog shelters
mm,
and sitting inside the cages with the dogs
mm,
to try and get them to come round. Because a lot of dogs,
yeah,
it's impressive
yeah,
that a lot of dogs they become traumatized, mentally
mm, yeah,
traumatized after they've been abandoned,
mm,
and they become very frightened and very, when I say aggressive, they're not
mm,
aggressive
yeah,
as such, but because they are so frightened, they
mm,
will attack. But it's so frightening, and it's amazing how many dogs this guy
mm,
sits in with, and
yeah,
just giving the dogs the time to. It's a
yeah,
bit like a psychiatrist for
yeah,
dogs,
yeah.
you
I
know.
mean, I mean, people don't realize. I mean, but when you have a dog, a cat's different. Yeah, but that dog, you become their pack. Yeah,
That's right.
and when they get split from a pack, they get confused, and that's it. We become the pack. The dog doesn't see you as human. Yeah,
No, no,
it sees you as somebody, a member of the pack. They'll protect you. Yeah,
the pack. That's right.
yeah. And but yeah, we have to have the pecking order. You have the lead of the pack. You have to become the lead of the pack. Yeah. Or the pecking order, as it were, the pack. Yeah. Um, yeah. So the poor old dogs, yes, they do suffer when they're abandoned. And I mean, the other thing is, yeah, when you release them, yeah. Now the other thing that is people do in the UK and other countries is they can't bear to see their cat, or their dog euthanized, put down. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, and they leave the room and the vet to do it. Well, these animals have formed an attachment with you. I know I'm not answering your question directly, and I'm trying to avoid it because it's not something I want to think about. But and the vet sort of it's looking around for its owner, who has become its mate, or you've become the member of its pride. It's looking around you in its last moments. I think that's a very cruel thing to do to an animal. You can hear my voice cracking because I'm angry when people do this. I read it, yeah. You should be in there even the last minutes. Yes, it's going to be emotional for you. It's more emotional for that poor animal that's ill on its last legs. Yeah. Or might not even be ill, on its last legs, but it certainly may be being put down for other health issues. Yeah. Um, we treat our animals very, very cruelly, as you're making the point. Yeah. When we're done with them.
Yep.
That's it. Goodbye. Yeah, I
Mm.
don't want you. I mean, not being to fault, that's it. And it's a shame we have animal shelters and things. Yeah, okay, economic things. And that's when my sister steps in to look after animals that people can't look after anymore. Yeah, to the point. Yeah, to the point. Yeah, the garden's full of these pens and cages and everything now. Yeah, you get sent pictures of them. Absolutely beautiful animals. She looks after them. She knows it. As my sister says, she'd rather have animals than men in her life. She's possibly, yeah.
Too much
Um,
detail. Too much detail.
well, no. Yeah, you understand. Yeah, for emotional, yeah, contact because yeah, yeah, they depend on her. They're not gonna do anything to upset her. Well, yeah, um, yeah, and it's very sad, but it's very yeah, we have these creatures as pets. I know it's what the argument that many vegetarians use and vegans use. Yeah, where do you draw the line of what's a pet and what's yeah. Obviously, other countries, the UK doesn't eat horses. A few years ago, when they found traces of horse DNA in some meat, there was a major outcry. They only found traces of it. Yeah.
Go on
Uh,
the other side of the channel and they devour horses like nobody business.
well, I walked around Paris and I was seeing horse limbs. My sister
Yep.
was keeping horses, had horses.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of um, I must admit, we used to eat rabbit. When we started to keep rabbit as pets, we did stop eating rabbit. It didn't seem quite
Yeah.
appropriate. Yeah, I mean,
Lovely.
yeah,
Gorgeous.
I
Well, I say lovely and gorgeous. I mean dead on the plate.
yeah.
It's very nice. It's very nice
Well,
to eat.
Well, as you know, we have body here, which is goat. Yeah,
Goats.
yeah. And I was eating goat one day, and I looked across the field across the way, and there are two goats standing there. Yeah, in the restaurant. Um, yeah, it's quite a nice, soft meat.
At least you know it's fresh.
Yeah, it's when the chef went out, we ordered it. The chef walked out there with a, yeah,
And then
uh,
then there was only one goat.
yeah. I have quite literally been to a poultry shop in Brazil here. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Buy them,
And
they cook them for you on the spot.
out the back, the chickens, you could hear them. Well, obviously, this early morning I went there. He had, yeah, the way they had the funnel, yeah, invert the chicken in the funnel. I don't know if this is humane in the UK or not. I've not checked this. Yeah, and then just got a knife and like that.
Yeah.
He had a curtain and he forgot to shut the curtain on me. Yeah. Um, yeah, because yeah, people get squeamish because yeah, we half live in a city here where we are. But like I said, I'm not shocked by any of this because I won't say I lived on a farm, but you live around animals and you know what goes on. And at school we were taught about it. Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, but yeah, it's a circle of life. We're and yeah, when you're asking about the zoo, I think it's a bit tasteless what they did personally. Yeah, but I know what
Being
you're saying.
pragmatic.
Yeah, being pragmatic.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, but us English always say we're a nation of animal lovers.
yeah, of course.
Yeah. But yeah, is it ethical? It's it's like you say. I mean, there are some animals like these rabbits for the snakes were bred purposely for that. Yeah. And there are some places that do specialist. Yeah. Um, for whatever
And
reason. Yeah.
even going back to my gerbils when I was
Mm.
a kid,
Yeah. Yeah. You you knew, but you're a hard aren't you? Let's be honest about it. So yeah, yeah.
I was making money off them, sir. I was making money off them.
Well, that's it. You hand over the box or the bag or the box, and away you go. After that point, I mean, yeah, it's like when we give puppies over when you breed and you give puppies away. You don't know where the homes are going to go.
No.
I'm sure the puppy, the mother of the puppy, would rather keep her kids around her, but we yank them away and send them off to wherever. Yeah. Because it's just not practical